Hey, how you doing, everybody?
Dun, dun, dun.
Yeah, that's a good tune, Chris. That's a good tune. So, Chris,
Oh,
I think one thing to say before we start is that we're going to have another commercial coming up to start our show.
mm-hmm.
So we are, pardon guys, I was throwing up autofocus. We are going to start representing Boot Bandolier from Twisted Iron Hunting. And if you guys have not tried the Boot Bandolier, I recommend you get on and try it. BSO10 is your code. We will get you 10% off your purchase. And I want you to know that I stand by that bag. I have tested it. I have used it. I am absolutely in love with it.
BSO 10 for 10% off of Boot Bandolier from Twisted Iron. I'm going to get their website right because it literally just came in.
Yeah, literally the code just showed up as we were going live. I've been talking to them all day.
And it's bootbandolier.com. I'm going to put that right in the comments and everything else so you don't have to worry. All you have to do is read. And I know, Skip, that's tough for you. It's tough for you to read, Skip. But you got it right here.
So bootbandolier.com, 10% off, code BSO10. Guys, I'm telling you, check this bag out. 100% waterproof. Hey, Mike, it is 100% waterproof. I'm down. I have been using it for, sorry guys, I'm filming TikTok too, and I just dropped my phone. So I have been using this bag for rabbit hunting. I've been using it for crow hunting to hold my shells, my water bottle, my GoPros, my remotes. It's incredible.
Instead of you saying something, you know, I'm always a firm believer in show don't tell.
Oh, there we go.
Now, I can't read, so
ways to use my Boot Bandolier. This one here I love. Oh, not only do you be able to put it on your tree, stand your tree. You see, I'm an orange, right? No, I'm not deer hunting. Small game hunting. Shells, water bottle for the dog, GoPro batteries, and I forgot what I had now. Oh, my remote, but I took it out. So I actually strapped the remote because I trust these clips in this bag. I strapped my remote to the clip. So I'm digging. I am loving this as a small game bag just as much as anything else. So the Boot Bandolier has just became not just for tree stand. I've been experimenting different ways to use my Boot Bandolier. This one here.
There you go.
I'm loving that bag, guys. So my advice, if you haven't got the Boot Bandolier or even checked into it, all I'm asking you to do is take 5 seconds, click on their link and check it out. Okay, BSO10 for 10% off. I do not think you'll regret it. Now, for tonight's show, Chris, you hit it, brother. Here we go.
First off, did you leave me one? You were supposed to bring me one of them, right?
Oh, you got one. I want to hear it. And you got one in the old-fashioned camo, brother, so I don't even want to hear it.
I know it's here somewhere, but I rearranged and I moved everything, and you know how that is when you move everything.
Yours was hand-delivered personally.
Oh, I know.
By Big Sexy himself.
All right. So, yes, we have a few things. One, I got my big fat ass off the couch today, and I went out and I tried some small game hunting. The only thing I saw was literally at the very end. There was a little gray tail, and I saw him going, and I put the gun up, and I'm like, I'm not doing this for one. So I let it go. But you said you liked this one, so I thought I'd
came out here and said I was deer hunting. I'd have 52 squirrels doing a freaking slam dance poetry contest out here. But because you're out for them, nowhere to be found.
Isn't that the truth? How many of you guys go out there and you're like, I'm going to go squirrel hunting today, and you can't find a damn squirrel in the mountain, excuse the French, but you'll see 14 deer. But if you're deer hunting, you see 57 squirrels. Tell me that's not the truth.
You would not believe how many how much deer sign I found. I found at least 6 or 7 different sets of tracks. Like you could tell they were clearly different.
Really?
Piles of deer crap all over the place.
Did you taste it?
No, it was dry. No, because it was raining. It was still wet. And I'm like, I don't like Raisinets.
You can make poop soup.
I thought about it. I did. I walked all the way up, all the way around, went in the woods, went through the thick stuff. I still got the stickers all over me just to. But yeah, no, I didn't see a darn thing. No, like I said, I don't have a dog, to run in.
Oh, that
Or
makes
Tom.
a difference. Or
Yeah.
Tommy, my brother.
Yeah, we usually just throw Tommy in the woods, in the bush.
I will tell you, we went out rabbit hunting Saturday, and we seen about 16 rabbits. I think because of the weather coming, the rabbits were jumping real early, so they were like 80 yards ahead of us.
Yeah.
I ended up shooting 2 of them at 60 yards. They were in a wide open field, come cutting out, hide from the dogs, and they stopped and got up on their hind legs, look around, and I was like, "You don't see me!" Boom. But
Yeah,
we
I know you sent me a picture of it. I'll have to pull that up once.
We did well. We went crow hunting in the morning. We had 2 crows come down low enough. We shot both of them. Our last set, we had a couple crows come in. Probably could have hit them, but they were a little high to be shooting. I try not to shoot too high, but they were bailing early. I knew they were spoken, so we started shooting, even though they were a little high.
Yeah, speaking of, I did hear a bunch of crows today, but obviously they weren't anywhere near where I could get. It looks like you got a couple.
Yeah, we got 2 crows. Not to try to be funny, but the crow on the left, and there's probably a video I shouldn't share. Oh, my phone's on my thing. It's a video I shouldn't share, but so I shot a crow. I shot a crow, and it come down, and I thought it was going to hit my buddy in the head. It kept trying to fly, and it kept angling closer and closer and closer, and ended about 5 feet from him. And it sat there looking and flapping its wings, and we left it go. I didn't want it to suffer, but I didn't want to shoot, because if you shoot, you scare them off, right? These crows only stick around so long. What I learned is 3 to 5 circles, and they're gone. Majority is 3. So we ended up I said, "Hey, I got my GoPro on. No guts if you take that one's head off." And if you look at the crow on the left, I shouldn't have laughed, but it was hilarious. That thing has no head. He literally just demolished it. It was terrible. But I didn't want it to suffer anymore, and the crows were starting to leave. I said, "Dude, take that thing's head off and put it out of its misery."
Yeah.
But it was hilarious as much as it was horrible at the same time, because I didn't expect all the feathers that came with it. So it was pretty funny and cool at the same time. I know you had some things set up tonight, Chris.
Oh, so, not really much. It was just I figure we'll go through a couple of videos thing, and you're always saying you want me on this thing more, right?
Yes.
I disagree, because I don't think anybody wants to see this face. But so I figured, now we're coming up on 2 years already, right?
Yep. Well, actually, I think we hit our 2-year mark already.
Yeah. So
2 years of being this good looking.
So I figure I'm going to ask you a few questions. You want me on here? You're going to be the one that's getting interviewed. You're in.
I'm in. Let's do it.
How big is your no? So I figure we'll
tiny, little. Don't tell people. No.
So we'll do a couple of videos. I'll ask you questions. We'll keep going. That's how we'll do it. We'll bounce back and forth. How about that?
All right. I'm in. You want to interview me? I'm in, brother. Let's do it.
All right. Now, this one I sent you today, and I got a kick out of it. I couldn't help it.
This guy's funny.
I see it. I watch him. The Amish could just hunt whenever they wanted to, year round, without a license. And why am I just now finding out about it? My buddy's wife sent me and him a text from TikTok that said that Amish people can hunt year round without a license whenever they want to. I've been a Southern Baptist most of my entire life. I honestly feel like the Lord's been leading me to that part of the faith. I mean, I can't even grow a good beard. It's like I don't even have really connections right. This word is that right there. I just need a horse and a buggy and one of them hats. Is that the same thing as an Amish driver's license? I'm pretty sure you can still use a gun with iron sights. Obviously, no thermals. But hey, it's 2024. So if I identify as an Amish person, look, it's game over. I mean, I've had people ask me, "Trent, what are you going to do for material when deer season's over with?" Well, now that I'm Amish, I feel like I'll probably deer hunt till at least turkey season. And turkey season will probably run through June. I got to figure out how to make furniture. Did y'all know?
Yep.
Yeah, I seen that one before, dude. That one's great.
So that's what we're gonna do because we're gonna identify as Amish.
Yep.
I can't grow a beard, so I'm gonna have to get either shave your face there and lend me some, or shave Cat's back. One of them. It's just gonna.
Well, I would go with shaving your wife's back. I'm not gonna lie. You're probably gonna get more hair that way.
Yeah, but yeah, can you believe that? They're allowed to hunt all year round without a license.
I will tell you that there is a stipulation in the policy. I don't remember what it is anymore, but years ago I did. That as a farmer, if you have, so what happens is when you buy the Pennsylvania license, any license, once you buy it one time, you commit to all their laws and regulations. If you don't buy a hunting license, you don't commit to those things. That's basically the gist of it.
Weird.
Yep. So it's we're dumb and we're like, oh, we're gonna buy a license, and that's what happens.
So we've asked a lot of people what are their favorite things to hunt. What is yours?
I'll be honest with you. Mine has always been archery, Chris. But if I got to sit and be completely honest with you, I'm really lately leaning toward crow hunting, rabbit hunting, and I am in love with predator hunting. So I have done nothing but archery hunt the last few years. What I would do is I would archery hunt, I would say 15 years now. I would spend everything archery hunting. Deer hunting, rifle hunting is what I call meat season. I don't call it that because I just shoot, but I call it that because I don't care. I just, if it has 3 on one side, it's legal. It's brown, it's down as long as it's legal. You know what I mean? Like that theory. But truthfully, the last 3-4 years, I've been getting into doing these other things. And I mean, something as stupid as crow hunting, people laugh and say it's so dumb. Chris, I'm telling you that crow hunting is so much fun. I had it set up to take you out Saturday morning, and we got downpoured all day. Sorry, Sunday morning. And let me tell you that it is something that I think is awesome. So let me give you an example quick of crow hunting. I know you're asking me questions. Let me just throw you out an example of one of the reasons I love it. So we were rabbit hunting. We got done rabbit hunting about 4 o'clock in the afternoon. And I heard 2 crows off in the distance. And I said to my buddy, Ricky, I had my crow call in the back of the truck. I said, Ricky, you want to see why I love crow hunting? He's like, why? I took the crow call, set it on top of my tonneau cover of my truck, and I turned the crow in distress on. Within 4 seconds, I had 15 crows flying over my truck. And I said, sometimes they come in close enough, sometimes they don't, but they love coming to check out that call. So it's a lot of fun.
Okay. Oh, let's see. What was one of the other things I wanted to? I'll just pick one of the questions I have here at random that I wanted to ask you.
I've always been fat.
No, that's not what I mean. You have this thing, and I've talked about it for a long time, where you can just talk to anybody. Has that always been a natural thing, or was that something you had to learn?
I think kind of both. I think that it's been very natural to me. I've always been known as a people person. I can talk to anybody about anything. And I just kind of can go with it. I mean, I guess for me, Chris, I have no secrets, no shame, no secrets, no hidden things. There's no need to have them. There's no need to ever wonder what I said, prior. And I think that's what makes it so easy for me.
Okay.
I will tell you in honesty that ignorance is not good for me. I'm really not into ignorance. So ignorant people are very hard for me to continue to talk to. And when I say ignorance, I'm not just saying somebody being smart or somebody being, but in the tolerance of disrespectful.
Right. All right. Well, how about we get to another video and then I'll come back with a few more.
Let's do it. I'm in. If it's all about interviewing me, I'm in. Let's watch these videos.
All right. This was the pheasant hunting video. I had to get a context for it. You can see I still do, and I know. Shut up. You can make fun of me. I still love this instant tab switching thing, dude. You have no idea how much of a time saver and a lifesaver that is for somebody like me.
Okay, I just want to point out you're talking technology to an illiterate technical person. This is not. You said tab switching, brother, and all I thought it was soda tabs.
It's in you. How can you be running? How can you be running? It's in you. It's in you.
I've never seen that video.
No? Yeah, I
No.
started watching it. I wasn't sure. I saw the pheasant going, you know, and then all of a sudden I see the arrow in it.
It's in you. How can you be running?
What
How
got
can
me
you
was
be
the end.
running? It's in you. It's in you.
So first thing is, right, I know you're gonna ask me questions at the end of this, but I have to say this. Do you realize what that bow cost?
That's what I was thinking. Yeah, that's a few
You
$100.
threw $1,000 bow, at least a minimal 1,000 nowadays with the setup. You threw $1,000 bill at a pheasant. Something that cost you $37 to fund.
It's in you. How can you be running? How can you be running?
Look
It's
at
in you. It's in you.
The bonk.
Dude, and he smoked it right in the head.
He got it. I'll give him
That
that.
$1,000 bill bow, he smoked right in the head. I'll tell you what, I give the guy dibs. He didn't want it to suffer a cripple. He was willing to break $1,000 bow over it. I got nothing bad to say there.
Yeah. That was I don't know why that I could watch that like 100 times and that one just gets me every time.
That's funny. I didn't expect that. That's definitely a video I've never seen before.
That's what I'm here for, baby.
Yeah, that one rocked. That was funny.
Nice.
When you heard that bunk, that was the best.
As soon as I heard that, I knew I had to bring it on here.
That reminded me of the 1,800 times a camera or bow or scope fell out of a tree on me and hit the ground. Bunk.
So if you had to pick, okay, one song that would be like your theme song, what would
Glad
you
that's
pick?
where you went, dude. I was going to say women.
No. You could pick a theme song for you, what would it be?
Oh, dude, that's tough.
Oh, man.
Hey, good to see you, Bowman.
I gotta
I'll
show
tell
him
you
this.
what, Chris, that's a very tough decision. If I had to pick a theme song for me. So
It's in you. How can you be running? How can you be
I had to
running?
show him, I'm
It's
sorry.
in you.
it's funnier every time I see it. That- so if I had to pick a theme song for me, you're gonna laugh, right? But I'm far beyond. I'm gonna sound really gay, I guess would be the answer at this moment. But I'm far beyond what I like to call just outdoorsman, right? I'm very sentimental. I believe in romance. I believe in love, and I believe that those things in life exist. I know it sounds really stupid, and the horrible things I've had happen in life is beyond. You would think is beyond what I believe, but I do believe in fairy tales, and I believe those things exist. So you're gonna laugh at this when I say this, but I'm gonna tell you, Mitchell Tenpenny, Telling All My Secrets.
I don't know that one.
That
I
is
don't
a
wanna
song
play
that is a song that just touches me. That I feel every time it plays. That is my go-to. And before you listen to it, stop.
I'd say we can't. I'm not going to listen to it on here because I don't want us to get copyright infringement thing going on. Who would you say is your biggest? I know when we grew up, we used to watch Bill Dance. We used to watch everybody else. Me, you, and your old man. Of course, you know, he introduced me to Ernest P. Worrell, the single greatest comedian alive. But who would you say is your biggest influence for the outdoor stuff?
I have to be honest and just shoot it straight out. It's nobody famous for me, Chris. It is absolutely nobody famous for me. When I was a kid, I watched Dan Fitzgerald.
Yeah.
Dan Fitzgerald and his son were Christian. Were absolute Christian hunters. I got to go see them out at the Harrisburg Sportsman Show when I was little. which was a really big for me. But I'm not going to say it was them. I will say that's a moment in my life that helped spark how awesome. But what I'm going to say is that my pap and my dad, my uncles, I'm going to say my family. It has been in our blood. We have grew up doing it. And I think that, the family time and the time spent together has taught me more than anything I could learn inside the woods.
Okay. Good. Hey, speaking of family time, and I got to segue into an ad here. Ben's going to be in family plan. No, we have next month is
Women of the outdoors.
Yeah, we have a full slate scheduled for this.
Brother, I don't think people know what they're in for. So off track a little bit. If you guys want to watch the show, every year our February show is phenomenal. Chris, is it not phenomenal?
Not only that, but this year might look like it's going into March too. We have
we have so many women that want to join what we're doing, and it is so exciting. For me, yeah. I know for me, it is absolutely exciting. We're going to kick off with Megan Lockwood.
Yep.
And from there, it just keeps getting cooler and cooler. So I'm not going to spoil the details. Just know this, that we kick off with Megan Lockwood and we end off February with actually Women of the Wild.
Yep.
And listen, when I tell you we end off with Women of the Wild, 8 out of 10 of them, it sounds like, will probably be on the show at one time. So we were going to have almost our whole group. So guys, that is exciting. Will be the first time we have ever had numerous guests at once. And I am super excited for it.
And I was going to say, that's what's going to be awesome is I actually, I got the pay for StreamYard just because I wanted to have as many guests and as many destinations that we can send this thing out to as possible. And I'm glad that we're going to get to use it where we can fill up the whole panel, baby. Fill it up.
I'm excited for this one, Chris. This year, I was excited for last year. We had Tess Talley, Angie Cokes, Linda White, Dawn Freeland. Mm-hmm. I was absolutely ecstatic to have them ladies. I am so grateful they were part of what we do and they supported us.
Let them come back.
Absolutely. I hope to have them back in the future. And now we have a new ringer going through. And honestly, guys, if we can take this into March, I will do Ladies in the Outdoors. I'll do it 12 months a year if that's what we have to do. Honestly, I do not care.
Yeah.
The one thing Chris and I do, and I want to stress this, I know this kind of off track a little bit, but I want to stress this because it does have to do with the outdoors, is we support women in the outdoors, all women in the outdoors. I don't care if they're hunting, fishing, trapping. We support that. We have daughters, and that means the world to us to see more women do it and them inspire more women and show them there's a better thing out there, that it's not just a man's sport. I don't believe it's just a man's sport. I never have.
Mm-hmm.
And
I always look at it this way. I never understood why people thought that, because back in the old country, back in the days, it wasn't just one person going out to hunt. Sometimes, yeah, but a lot of the times it was a family affair where you took care of the house, you took care of the farm, you took care of everything was together. And that's what this is all about. It's supposed to be, come together.
I think the old timers, Chris, still have the mentality, just my opinion, the old timers still have the mentality that, women are in the kitchen and men are putting food on the table and working outside. Like a woman, I know guys that still say, well, a woman doesn't take the garbage out. Well, in my house, a woman helps take the garbage out. We're equal. And I don't say that negative. I say that positive. We're equal. I'm not better than you.
Yeah.
I teach my daughters to grow up. You don't need a man in your life, right? You can do this without them. You want them to be part of it. You don't want them to take over it.
Well, that's how it is here too. I do the cooking, I can't do carpentry to save my life. So she does that. I'm an electrician, of course, trained electrician. So I do that. And it's just the point of knowing what you're good at and where you can get other people to help with. That's all.
Yeah, and I want to say again, we're excited. Excited. So you guys watching, I'm telling you, excited is beyond the word.
I'm terrible with names, right?
Right.
Okay, so I had to look it up. But yeah, okay. we have Megan Lockwood. Then we have Alyssa Pesic, Kiss and Fish chick. Yep.
She's kissing fish. She's donated prizes for us.
That's why I mentioned it. Yep.
Dude, she is bad, but this woman doesn't. She is a fishing machine. Megan Lockwood. If you guys don't know about Megan Lockwood, you guys better step up your outdoor game, because Megan is known for her trapping and all the events she puts on. But she shoots some big buck, buddy. Let me tell you, she makes me look like a girl.
Well, I mean, you do have the moobs.
And then
And then we have Vicky Casey coming on after her, chasing the open airs, which is what her company is.
The nice part about Vicky is Vicky's kind of new, right? Vicky started about a year ago or so, getting into showing what she does, and she's been doing it for a while, but showcasing her stuff on Facebook and stuff. And I'm super excited to have Vicky as much as anybody else, because she's going to bring something new to the table. They're not gonna, right? And that's what makes it so exciting.
And then, like you said, ladies in the outdoors, that full panel. I like the picture I found of them where it has all the girls there. And then, I just thought that was kind of cool. But anyway,
that's exciting for me. I don't think, honestly, next Monday starts us, Chris, right? Yeah. Next Monday. And I can't explain how excited. I have so much tied into this. Like every time I message Chris, I'm like, woohoo, we got another one. Like I'm jumping through the roof, right? And honestly, guys, we have some negative feedback on this.
Yeah, but screw them.
But yeah, I'm not worried about negative feedback. When you guys see these ladies get on, you'll never have a drop of negative feedback on this. You're gonna think this is phenomenal.
Yeah, we were pretty psyched about it, and we've been working on it for a long time. We look forward to doing it every year, and we look forward to doing more themed months if I were able to speak and not be half retarded.
What?
All right, you ready?
I'm ready.
This is one that you sent me, because we're doing one you sent, one I found, one you sent, one I found, and then that's how I planned it for today, and then I'll ask questions as we go through.
Sounds good. I'm in.
I don't even know this one that you sent me. What? What in the state of Alabama is this thing?
Well, look at their comment. What would you do? You're there hunting that blind, and here comes a car to the middle of your hunting stand.
What can you do?
I gotta ask this to the viewers, Chris. I know there's Mike and Carrie and Bob. They're all watching. What would you do if that was you? And if not, has it ever happened to you? I think is the better question. Has anything like this ever happened?
The only thing close to this that's ever happened to me is I've been up in a tree stand, and I have had hikers come through, and I've had people on four-wheelers come. In fact, I think I sent you a video when I was out deer hunting, and I had the four-wheelers come through. So I've had something similar to this, but I, honest to God, did not expect a car doing donuts and stuff coming through here.
I could tell in the suspense you were watching to see what was happening because the camera moves to the right, and then you were like, "What the heck?"
Yeah. No, at that point, it's like, I mean, you got to go.
Any viewer that's watching this now or in the present once posted to YouTube, I have to know, or even TikTok right now, I have to know, has this ever happened to you?
Anything like it?
Anything like it?
Yeah. I know. Everybody's like, I want to take out the tires as they're driving. I get it.
Oh, absolutely. The first thing on my mind would be like, I'm shooting them tires. I wouldn't do it, but that would be the first thing to come to mind.
No. We do it in Minecraft. But that's a different story. Huh.
That's funny. And it's a car. It ain't even a truck. It's a little car flying through there.
Yeah. It's like if I would have taken my Prius through there when I had one.
Yep.
Honestly, I was expecting like a whole herd coming through, or it was filled with geese or something, animal related. Not that. That was not what I was expecting.
I knew you'd see it different than I did.
But I'll give him credit. I mean, he kept it. He kept the car going nice. Now, honestly, though, honest to God, you had a warden drive up to the tree stand without getting at. Oh my God!
Oh, Bob. Yeah, I think that would have upset me a little bit. I'm not gonna lie. That there, Bob probably would have upset me.
Yeah.
I mean, at least he didn't put a send on the ground, right? I mean, the positive to it is he didn't put send there.
Yeah. Now, last year I did have where I parked in a spot and there were no signs. I mean, I parked there dozens of times until I came back out to the car. I had a ticket on the car because the game commission put up signs after I was already in the woods, and then they put a ticket on my car for parking there. I'm like, so
But you should have known, though.
I should have known they were coming after I was in the woods. Yeah,
I mean, you should have known. How did you not know?
I know. I told you I'm special. I am special. Yeah, no, that one got filed in the circular cabinet because I wasn't doing that. So the next one.
I'm waiting for these hard questions. That's what I'm waiting for. These hard.
Brutal
I haven't
honest.
had a hard question yet.
Brutally honest on this one, I forget what this one was.
Uh-oh.
Deer hunting is like the dumbest addiction you could possibly have. All right. I've been up since 5 in the morning on my day off, freezing my ass off because I saw a buck out here like a month ago. All right. I ain't seen the first damn deer. I hadn't seen a deer out here in the last like 3 or 4 hunts I've been out here. I ain't seen nothing. I am married to a beautiful woman. I could be in bed with her right now, all warm and cozy and maybe getting a little morning loving, but no. I had to come out here and hopefully see a deer. Instead, all I've done seen is damn 2 chipmunks out here doing a little OnlyFans scene for a damn gray squirrel. This is just stupid.
Yeah, that's kind of like what I was on mine.
It is an addiction. Dude, hunting is an addiction.
Yeah.
Bob Chase says it best. This is my church, because once you get hooked, it's like I always say, a Christian at church. You just want to keep going, right? Like you feel that energy from God, and you have to praise him. You have to go on a Sunday morning. You got to tell all your friends. You got to tell the neighbor. You got to tell the next guy, right? Hunting's the same way. I want to go. I want to feel it. So what? I'm fat. I can't hike the mountain. I'll walk slower, right? Like it doesn't matter. We just have an addiction we have to fulfill.
Mm-hmm.
It's a good addiction, though. It's good. Tell me there's not a peace of mind in hunting. Tell me that it's not one of the most peaceful places that you show up to and have one of the most clearest minds.
Oh my God.
I seen it, Bob. Bob, I seen it.
Oh my God.
That was phenomenal. He's our. I seen it, Bob.
I've never seen that one, but now I need to. I'll find it once and for the next one.
Yeah,
but I mean, I did a video today while I was out, and I didn't post it because I don't think I deserve to be on there. But it was about that same thing, like those times when we don't want to get out. And I said I didn't mean like when we have family obligations or when we have work, that you can't do it then. But those days when you're there and you're like, I can go out, I don't want to. What do I want to do? And it's hard some days, but we have to get ourselves out there. And
truthfully, Chris, if you don't get out there, you're gonna fall out of love with it.
Exactly.
My opinion, you'll fall out of love with it, because what happens is you find another love, right? But I love hunting and fishing so much. Why would I want to love something else? I love my kids. I love God. And I love to hunt and fish. And I don't need to do anything else.
So speaking of doing anything else,
uh-oh,
what's one of your hidden talents? Like something that we don't know about you?
OnlyFans.
No. And you just mean like the fans. You don't mean you have a website where you just sell fans.
I don't really have a hidden talent. Like I said, I'm an open book in just about everything. I used to years ago put some poems out there and write poems. I used to, again, it was something I did in my tree stand when I didn't see deer, right? Like that's what I'd be. We started this and I love this. So there's no hidden talents. This is it. I mean, I do have a deer call, homemade deer call that nobody else in this world probably has. Kind of goes like this. Here,
I use.
I don't have any hidden talents, but I can't sing. I can't dance.
Let's see. So we know you like hunting. You know you like fishing and everything else. You've been doing it for how long now? What, 700 years?
Listen, I've been doing it since I'm a really little boy. My dad has blessed me with the opportunities to go out in the outdoors every chance we could.
Well, now, if I'm right, didn't you actually borrow the sling from David? Like back when right after he, right after he killed Goliath, you're like, I got to go deer hunting. I need to borrow that sling for a minute.
Chris, I'm a little hurt by the old comments. They're digging in a little bit right now, but I can handle it.
No, but in all seriousness, the thing I wanted to ask you about was, what is something about the sport that still makes you just a little bit nervous?
Truthfully,
Mm-hmm.
I got no shame and no secrets. I hate the dark.
Yeah,
I do. I hate the dark. I do it. I'm going to continue to do it no matter what. But I had a guy with wisdom one time say to me, "Whatever's going to eat you in the daytime is going to eat you in the dark." And I used to say to him, "You're 110% right, but in the daytime I can see it coming." No, what happened is I started. I don't know if anybody doesn't know this, but I have my left eye is actually transplanted. The cornea on my left eye is transplanted. So years ago I lost my vision and I was going blind, and they told me I probably would go blind and never see again. So by the grace of God, they did the surgery in my left eye, and I have 20/20 vision as long as I have my glasses on. And my right eye, they stopped the disease with medicine. And I got lucky enough that with glasses, both eyes have 20/20 vision. Now, what happens is anytime there's light, I would say light, like if I run with a flashlight or anything, I either get a bad glare in my glasses or I actually get a glare on my eyes, which throws me. I know it sounds really weird, but I actually walk into trees in the dark. My kid actually laughs at me. She'll be like, "Oh, that was a tree." Oh, but I always tell her to get it while you can, because one day you'll be old too.
Yep.
But if I had to say, I would say it's a dark, and I would only say, mostly because of since my eye surgeries, my eyes don't adapt for some reason to the light like they used to a flashlight, light that way.
Yeah. Okay. All right. So we're gonna do. Holy crap, we're at 40 minutes already. All right, let's do these last two. Then I'll ask you a couple more questions, and then we call it. Cool.
All right, sounds good.
Word.
Holy shit! That is a well-fed danger noodle.
Where's Bob at? Bob will pick that up.
Man, I gotta walk in the dark. Gotta walk out in the dark. No. Ain't no damn way. Hell no. Damn, he's big. Hell no. Let me light this match right quick, and I'll burn the whole woods down. Holy.
Bob would catch that. Bob, my smoke alarm ain't on. I actually disconnected it, let's ask Chris's. I disconnected the smoke alarm a long time ago.
No, I changed my batteries about 2 weeks back. Now,
just for this podcast. My house will burn down just for this podcast, Bob.
He might be here in my dishwasher, because that is running now. I don't know why she started it before we did this, but.
Oh, is your wife running?
I give her a treadmill when she does dishes. You know what I mean?
So, dude, she hates us.
Oh, yeah. But in the best way.
In a good way.
Honest to God, she said, we're good apart, but we're almost perfect together. You know what I mean?
Dude, you're like the jelly in my peanut butter sandwich.
You're like my KY in the... Oh, wait.
Whoa, you're getting weird on me. So, Bo Matt, I actually went rattlesnake hunting with Bob Chase. And I'm so grateful for Bob for the opportunity. I hope to do it again next year. I actually might get a license just to do it. I'd like to keep one.
Nope.
It is an opportunity that is pretty neat, but I got to tell you, if I ran into one in the dark, I'd probably pee myself and go home. Bob and them walked ahead looking for him, finding him. If I stumbled on one myself, I think you might have seen Big Sexy do the Big Sexy shuffle.
Yeah, that's honestly that's one thing. I mean, I've grabbed black snakes and everything else. They don't bother me, but I couldn't do the rattlers. I know I couldn't. All right,
I'll
so
tell
here's
you
the
what,
last-
Chris, that's pretty cool. I'm not gonna lie to you. That's an experience. I thank God I got the opportunity. He hooked me up with Bob, and I got the opportunity to do it. It is really neat to at least be part of.
Yeah.
I'm the one they call the bully. You can find me with the gang. Got no time to be a rookie. Yeah, I got time to be the man. I'm the one they call the bully. You can find me with the.
So a big Grizz ends up coming over. Is that a Grizz or a brown?
I thought it was just
Either
a
way.
brown. Yeah.
Either way, I don't care if it's a black bear.
Got no time to be a rookie. Yeah.
Puts his nose 5 feet from me while you're holding the recurve. All right, so here's what happens to me. I'm gonna have a little trickle that runs down my leg. I'm gonna have to go home and probably clean up a little bit.
Yeah.
But I'm also gonna share the cool video and the experience I had because it was awesome, right?
As long as you make it out, that's all that matters.
I mean, that's definitely an experience that guy will never forget. Thank God nothing happened and he was safe, but it was awesome.
Unless this was found footage by, like a GPS cam later. And he's like, no. So Bob said he is
Laying her
coming
upside down.
Yeah. Bob said he is coming down. You see that, right?
I see that, Bob. I'm in.
There you go.
I'm in, Bob. I'll do some research this year. Let me know when the rattlesnake season's getting close. I'll get make some calls and do some research, try to get us I can tell you they say Tower City. Mike Nye, I know, is watching. If he's not watching now, he'll catch up because he usually watches during his lunch break.
Yeah, he said he had to go
Mike
back
Nye can Mike Nye can guide us in a direction. They always catch rattlers up on that road. I think they catch a rattler a day up there at one point. It's sick.
What did they meet? Gold Mine Road?
Gold Mine is covered. Bob, I'm terrified. I'll go, but I'm terrified. If I cry, no making fun of me.
Yeah, Gold Mine Road. I think Gold Mine is where they had one of the tournaments not too long ago.
Yeah, Gold Mine is a huge rattlesnake. Huge.
Yeah.
Well, like anything else, you got to find a den, right? You got to find where they're all den. That's where it all changes the world. You'll find them other places, but the den is the your base camp, basically.
Yeah, I know they say God doesn't make mistakes, but I'm like, dude, snakes, come on. Spiders, no. You'd left them out.
Hey, they all here have their purpose in this earth. Every one of them.
So if you could change, or you could implement one rule for hunting, fishing, outdoor stuff right now, you have the power to do it. What's your one rule?
My one rule.
Mm-hmm. Your one rule. Law. You want to call it.
Youth and seniors would have their own. I give them their own season. I would give them their own one, but beyond what they have.
I was going to say,
like right now, youth have a 3-day period, or I'm sorry, a week. A week they can shoot with a rifle, and that week I would let youth shoot a buck. I would let them shoot a buck. So it's funny because you're asking me that, and I don't have one selfish decision for myself. Mine is, I would want to see seniors who have put their time in and maybe can't get around the mountain as well, or youth who have just started and are just trying, to be part of it. I would give them. I would really want to see a rule that implemented them.
How do I want to ask this next one? There's two more I have. I know. I'm thinking of how to phrase it.
Dude, I'm this good looking. It doesn't matter.
Well, pimping ain't easy. Pimping ain't easy. If you were sitting next to somebody, okay, that was doing what we're trying to do,
oh shit, yeah.
What's one question you would ask them?
Ooh, man.
I know. That's why I was thinking, like, how do I ask this question?
What is your reason for doing this? I think my question would be, what is your reason? Because I would believe that reason for doing it would be the basis of everything they do from there on.
Okay. My last question. What do you wish I would have asked you?
So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to answer the question that I would want somebody to answer. That's going to be my answer to your last question. So what is the reason you're doing this? Right? So where did Big Sexy Outdoors come from, and where did Big Sexy get established? So that's what I would have liked to hear. So this is what I'm going to tell you. So you guys who have watched and seen our stuff, and I know I just put a video up, but the name Big Sexy comes from a horrible point of my life. That, guys, when I tell you that I couldn't breathe and I couldn't function and I forgot how to live, that was the moment of my life. So I went through a horrible divorce. I was absolutely in love with my wife. She'll tell you it's not true, but it is. I was absolutely in love with my life. I had a lot of things growing up that I wanted to do, but the one thing I always wanted was a family. So when my family fell apart, I took that very hard. I honestly took that hard. I turned into drinking, and I turned into just trying to figure out how to live. And then as time passed, and I had custody of my kids every other week. During that time, people said to me, you're going to laugh at this, but the two words they seem to use all the time were, listen, buddy, you're big, you're sexy, you're going to get through this. And, I use them words as motivation, right? So that's how it all started. So I did this really stupid thing. It cost me about $400 back then. And I put this on my arms. So when I wake up every morning, I can look in the mirror and I can see them two words. And those two words I use as my fuel, my motivation, my pick me up, my keep me going. So even when I didn't want to live or didn't want to function or go, that was it. That was the two words for some reason that people said that kept me moving. And that's where Big Sexy originated from. That's where the name Big Sexy originated from. Those words were never meant to be together. They were just meant to be two words to motivate, right? So the nickname came with some idiot tattooed it on their arms, and it followed suit. Where did Big Sexy Outdoors come from? Well, that's really simple. So Chris and I sat down one day, had a long conversation. I told Chris I'd love to get into doing podcasts and shooting videos and doing our thing. Chris said, brother, I'm on board. Whatever you want to do, let's do it. And it was that simple. Chris had my back, followed me through it. And since then, Chris we've had one misunderstanding. And at the end of it, we ended it with, we're do or die. And that was our last misunderstanding. And then, we grew from there. So we have Ellard Nyman out of Shamokin. We have Bill Runkel out of Williamsport. We did have a member who left. We've had
a couple.
Ren Cinco out of Sunbury. I do not want to forget anybody. So for the love of God, if I forgot you, I am so sorry.
He's not.
There's six of us. So it's Ellard, Skip, my dad, and my dad we brought in on not only because he hunt and fishes, but we brought my dad in on because one thing we wanted to do with Big Sexy Outdoors is keep people remember that God is a part of all we have and do. Right? You don't get these awesome outdoor experiences if God didn't create this world. If God didn't give us the opportunity to be partake and be in them. So we wanted to keep that involved. Now, my dad has been very sick lately. You guys keep in your prayers. I'd really appreciate it. He went from giving messages in the first year to we're lucky if we get one every few months. And it's okay, but he's a big part of it. My mom is a part of it. She doesn't want her name on anything, but she will help us do anything we need at any point of our lives. We have a youth member, Bronson. We have two young girls, my daughter, Haley, and Bill's daughter, Eva. And from that, we have grown. And our name, Big Sexy Outdoors, we just kept because they're inspiring words. And be honest with you, we were going to change it. Chris said we're not. I remember having this conversation. Chris said, we're not changing who we are. You are this, and this is what we established and where we started, and we're not changing from that. And you know what? I respect that, and we are going to keep that and hold true to that. We designed a whole new logo around it. And honestly, guys, we're proud of it. I'm proud of it. I'm proud of who we are. I'm proud of my team. I'm proud of everything we do.
That was actually during the Gone Hunting stuff, wasn't it? When we were first starting to do that, people are like,
Yep.
we're not going to back it because Big Sexy Outdoors shouldn't be something with family and stuff like that. And I'm like, you have no idea what's going on here, fella.
So
And
we ran into negative feedback because of it.
Mm-hmm.
If you remember, Chris, we had a buyer that was going to buy a ton of games.
Mm-hmm.
And they seen Big Sexy Outdoors in a box and they declined their buy.
Yeah, and I'm okay with let it go. Screw you. Peace out. Word to your homies.
And I said, Chris, if you need to change the name, change it. Change it now, but do it before we print a box. And Chris said, we are not. This is who we are.
Yep. And I can't be 100% certain, but I think this was our first video, wasn't it?
This video right here started our videos. Yep. This was a very
Big
first
Sexy
video.
Outdoors is more than just hunting, baby.
That video there, Chris, is when we were checking.
Go.
We were
Big
checking
Sex-
trail cameras, and I said, Chris, you have no guts to slide down that hill on your butt. I went first, and he followed. That's definitely one of the videos that started what we do.
If
And
that doesn't tell you who we are, that's pretty much.
we have a lot of fun, and honestly, I wish we videoed more of our fun than our serious, because I think you guys would love us even more.
Oh yeah.
We have a good time, but so Chris, that's a question I wish you would ask me more. And I just feel people need to know there's more to it than
Absolutely.
What our name. So we actually, guys, I'm going to throw this out there at the end of the show, but we actually just had so Megan Lockwood is coming on, and somebody blew her Facebook up with some negative feedback.
Yeah.
I'm not going to say the person's name. I'm not going to run them under the bus or any of that. I'm not that guy, but we had some negative feedback off of that. Now, I thank God for Megan and appreciate her to death that she stuck up for us, and it doesn't change her mind to come on the show and what's going on. But, just because we have the name Big Sexy Outdoors, it comes back as a negative thing. And we were told we're sexist. And
they think it's sexually related and things.
we are so beyond that, guys. The name is so far beyond what people think.
Mm-hmm.
I always say it's just a name, and I always say don't judge a book by its cover.
Absolutely. Now, although I do have quite a big cover,
Yeah, I got a big cover too. It's called 5X.
Yeah.
I stopped
But,
buying shirts. I started buying 10 by 10 tarps and sewing holes in them.
Yeah. Was it Tidewee now? It's just yeah.
Yeah, I think this one says vinyl 4 milliliters or something on it.
Yeah. But yeah, I wanted to come on, and I knew we were doing the videos and prepping for the which I'm really glad for an easier week when we have to do a big prep for the next month, and I thought, hey, we're up on our 2 years. Why not do some of this? And I wanted to ask some questions, and because you wanted me on, and here we are, baby.
I love that you're on, Chris. So I always want you on. I always want you part of what we do. Never do I not. So don't ever in your life think anything different. I know that sometimes you just need to get off and do your thing. I got it, but that is always a goal for me. I always want you to be part of what we do. As you always have a different mindset than I do, a different question asked than I will. Just like the viewers, right? At the end of the day, I love our viewers. The bunch of viewers we have that are our sole group of viewers, they're not afraid to make comments and ask questions and participate. And I'm really excited, guys, to have you guys part of what we're doing in February, because I think you guys are going to have some really good questions and some really good stuff to bring up. So I'm very excited about that as well.
Yep. But on that note, I guess we're going to call it for today. And we'll catch you back here next week with
Megan Lockwood.
There you go.
Megan Lockwood. Say it for the people in the back. Megan Lockwood.
I got to get a good mic like you have. I got to get one.
It's super exciting. Honestly, like I keep saying it, but I'm you guys have no clue. And I'm probably gonna go gun shy when she gets on and like cower in a corner and be like, "Hey, here's Megan Lockwood," but probably not because that's not me.
No, I was gonna say there's no way in heck that's happening. All right, so we're gonna get out of here.
Absolutely, let's roll this thing, Chris. Let's get it out.
See you, bud. Have fun.